First off, it's Charles J. That just in case you ain't heard of me, they told me it was too late. But I promise that I'll be the first to speak. Most of these rappers, they fake. But you can't have your way, this ain't Burger King. Everybody said it won't be till they see smoke, then they realize they'd rather have turkey meat.
What it do? It's 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. Say, man, shout out to my audience. Shout out to those that's rocking with me, man. We back in the kitchen and we cooking, just saw some highlights and shit. By the way, I've watched Floyd's entire career probably at least 5 times. I watched every fight at least 5 times. Yeah, some more than that. But yeah, I've always been a big fan of Floyd. But anyway, yeah, he had a fight. What was that, yesterday? The other day? Yeah, it was yesterday. And he fought some white boy and beat the dog shit out of him. You better quit playing with these little amateur MMA boys, man. They gonna come in there on that shit. I'm telling you, Floyd, you better quit that shit, bro. But anyway, I'm noticing some shit. Boy, the boxing world just done started ignoring Floyd. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest. Even though I don't like all that shit he do, I damn near felt bad for Floyd. That arena, it didn't look as big as he's accustomed to fighting in. Yeah, it was some fans there, but that limelight wasn't as bright, pimpin'. Shit done dulled out a little bit. That light bulb ain't as bright as it once was. Yeah, I know you like shiny shit, and I know you like splurging, but one thing about balling, Floyd, you can be a billionaire, but if you just spend money every day, yeah, and just spend millions of dollars every day, those billions will shrink, bro. If you're not accumulating money and adding money to that money that you're spending, yeah, it can shrink on you. And I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not here to shit on your money, but I'm just gonna say it just like I said about Roy and all these dudes, all you old motherfuckers that keep trying to fight exhibitions, bro. It looks like you broke. But Pacquiao, he talking about fighting the exhibition too, so yeah, his ass look broke too. All you motherfuckers look broke. If you ain't gonna come back and have a real fight, bro, just stop doing this, bro, before one of them amateurs come there on that shit and catch you with some wild shit, bro. Cause if you ever get caught, if you ever stumble, that shit it's gonna hit Good Morning America. That shit gonna travel worldwide. The whole world is waiting on some unknown white boy to knock you out, bro. I'm telling you. Any non-black, cause if he black and he knock you out, he'll get a little fame. But if a non-black knock you out, that shit will be the biggest shit since Rodney King or OJ, one of them. But anyway, yeah, let's get to you. I gotta say this though. How good is Floyd? Not how good was he. Let's talk about how good is Floyd. Because I'm not gonna compare you to the 80s, because I gotta be honest. I used to say that shit and I was kind of biased because I grew up more on Floyd. It's kind of more of my era. But nah, bro. I'm not even finna compare you to Sugar Ray Leonard or Tommy Hearns. You good, bro, but them dudes was built different. And they were tougher. And they had just as much hand speed, if not more. And they was more explosive. Now, even Roberto Duran, I think all them dudes would have been a nightmare for you, bro. We ain't even gonna talk Hagler, and he was just too big. He was middleweight. Yeah, all that shit, you'd have struggled with a Donald Curry. Donald Curry might have got you. Mike McCallum with them body shots, you would have been in the fight of your life against a Mike McCallum. Michael Nunn might have beat you. Let me quit, because listen, I'm just saying, bro, competition in the 80s was way stiffer. That shit was stiffer than what you went through. You went through some good competition. That shit in the 80s was different, bro. Them motherfuckers could fight. Aaron Pryor, oh, bro, we're going to get off that. So, I want to compare you to today's welterweights. And I want to say some shit I think. For one, tell you some real shit, Floyd. You could have changed boxing. Boxing could be the #1 sport in the world. You could have done it. You too selfish, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You don't want no brother to be more shiny than you, and that's always been your biggest problem. But I gotta say, I don't think you did wrong. I think you did right by Tank. And Tank wouldn't be nowhere. He wouldn't be a superstar without you. The world got to see him. He fought on the undercard of your Conor McGregor fight. So a lot of people don't give Floyd enough credit. Tank wouldn't be no superstar without Floyd. Floyd brought the rappers before Tank ever brought any rap. The rappers heard about him through Floyd. So I gotta be honest. But Tank put in the work. But now Floyd don't get enough credit for that. That's why Tank has more of a hip hop and young crowd and shit like that because of Floyd. Floyd brought that kind of crowd. But anyway, you could have changed boxing, bro. I'm gonna be real. Looking at this, these little highlights and shit like that, and this fight, it ain't even about this fight because it was just a bullshit fight. You were playing around. I'm just looking at you, bro, and I'm looking at how you've aged well, bro. You 46 years old. Let's go back to about 2000. You retired in 2015. Okay. So from 2015 to 2023, that's 8 years. And I'm looking at your hand speed right now, bro. You just as fast as any welterweight in boxing right now, if not still faster. So back in 2015, you was much faster than Spencer, but your hand speed was much faster. Your reflexes was much faster. You was still faster than all these dudes. That's just you got different kind of speed. Defense far better than any welterweight that's in boxing. Another thing I want to talk about: Floyd and Ali are the two most underrated fighters in boxing when it comes to power. Nobody talks about Ali's power. They always say he was so great defense. Ali hurt you. That motherfucker hurt. And that knockout of George from that shit wasn't no fluke. Go back and look at them punches and how his head snapped back. I ain't gonna lie, Ali had that shit where he'd be pity-patting your ass and then catch you with a hard ass punch. Ali hit hard, bro. Floyd did too. Floyd just, when he got to Money Mayweather, he wasn't trying to go for the stoppage. Floyd hurt all his opponents. Nobody ever walked through Floyd. I got to give Madonna credit because Madonna was hurt so many times. It looked like he was not respecting Floyd. Floyd hurt him over and over again. That motherfucker he was a fucking machine that night in them fights. So Floyd had very underrated power. Very underrated power. So, and I got to be honest, his opponents, man, Floyd fought a lot of dudes who had granite chins, bro. And he almost stopped Cotto in that 11th round. And he let him off the hook. But I'm saying, like, he fought some dudes that was tough. Sugar Shane Mosley never been stopped. He fought dudes that have never been stopped. Oscar De La Hoya never been knocked out. What they stopped that fight against Pacquiao, he ain't never been knocked out. He fought dudes that have never been stopped. He fought dudes that was hard to stop. These welterweights today, they can be stopped. I'm just gonna be honest. The power of Floyd can stop any welterweight in boxing. Can stop them, bro. These today's welterweight, they can be stopped by Floyd. So what I'm saying is this: from 2015 to 2018. Let's just say Floyd came back 2016 and said, you know what? I'm gonna fight Keith. I'm gonna tell you what I think. Even right now, but at that time, I had Floyd beating Keith. Floyd would have beat Danny. Floyd would have played with Danny because Danny kind of slow. His feet are slow, and he would have played with him and made him miss with that left hook all night. He would have had a rough fight with Sean Porter, but he would have clinched him so much to where the referee would have. It would have been a rough fight, but Sean wouldn't have been really able to hit Floyd. Floyd would have been on the ropes countering him and just clinching him all night. Because that's what you got to do against Sean Porter. You got to clinch him or either punch with him. So, Spence and Crawford, I'm going to tell you something. Crawford and Floyd, that stylistically, Floyd is a bad style for. I'm going to tell you why. Because when I think, look at that Gamboa fight, and I want you to look at how long it took for Crawford to really get to Gamboa. and he was countered and hurt very badly several times. I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at shorter fighters. He struggled with that, and nah, bro, he would struggle hitting Floyd, and I think Floyd could clip Bud. I think he could clip him, bro, and really hurt him. I don't got Bud beating Floyd. Spence would have been the toughest style for him. The jab, Floyd, the jab would have bothered him, and the constant pressure, the body work would slow him down. I think Spence got the toughest style for Floyd, toughest style for him. But I'm gonna tell you something, even right now, bro. But I just imagine if he had came out like say between 2016 and now and said, you know what, I'm finna see what these youngsters got, and fought Bud, fought Spence, or when Bud was with Top Rank and the Spence and Bud shit was hype. Imagine if Floyd had to say some shit like, all right, y'all need to go on and fight, and when y'all fight, I want the winner. That was like 2019, 2018 when the shit was real hot, and Bud was with Top Rank, and it was just all over the internet. If Floyd had came out and said, man, Bob would have made that fight. Bob and Al would have became best friends that day because they would have seen the money in it. Floyd finna fight the winner of Bud versus Spence. Bud versus Spence is already huge. He gonna fight the winner. You could have made boxing the #1 sport in the world. Imagine if, and let's just say you came back 2016, rematch Pacquiao, beat the shit out of him, beat Keith, beat Sean, beat Danny, and fought the winner of Bud versus Spence. You could have made boxing the #1 sport in the world, guaranteed. And I'm gonna be honest, I got you. Even right now, the only two people that you beat the shit out of Keith right now, you beat Stanionis, Floyd beats Virgil, Floyd beats Boots. Too much experience, bro. Too much smart. He's too smart. Floyd right now can stand right in front of you and make you miss. And his speed, he ain't slowed down too much, bro. That's why I say Floyd retired far too early. In 2015, his hand speed was still the fastest in boxing. He still has some of the fastest hands in boxing. Even right now, his hands are faster than most of these welterweights, bro. Like I said, it'll take a Bud or Spence to beat him right now. He beats everybody at welterweight. Only Bud and Spence can beat him right now. And these are 50-50 fights. If Floyd came out of the retirement at 46, and he beat George Foreman record, because George Foreman was 45 when he won the heavyweight title. So if he came back today at 46 years old, he'll flush the whole welterweight division except for Bud and Spence. But I think Bud faster than him at this point. Tough. But another key factor, Floyd got a granite chin. Floyd got a throwback chin. Nobody gets, there's no stopping Floyd. Nobody at welterweight right now will stop Floyd. Shit won't happen. 50-50 fights. I can't even pick a winner. If Floyd came out right now and fought Bud or Spence, it's a 50-50 fight. And he could change box, but he's too selfish. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. This is 903 Boxing. I am your host, Charles J. With that, I'm out.